Hey everybody, welcome back to another midweek episode. You know that book that's ratted and torn and well read? Maybe you've got one in your house, or maybe you go to your parents' place or your grandparents' place and they've got one. I mean, I've got one in my office. I mean, check this out. Like this is vintage, like 1960s, and there are pages that are falling out of it. I actually got this book from a Lutheran pastor friend of mine who had read through it a number of times, and now I've read through it a number of times, and it is literally falling apart. But there's so much wisdom in it. If you're wondering, okay, what's the name of the book? It's Dietrich Bonhoeffer's book, Life Together. So Bonhoeffer, a fascinating figure, was a Lutheran pastor in Germany leading up to World War II. He actually ran an underground seminary. And out of those interactions, as he's forming these men for ministry and they're living in community with each other, he wrote this book, Life Together. And in it, he makes a distinction. He says when it comes to relationships, there are two ways to approach them. There is human community and there is spiritual community. And human community is based in our desires. It's our expectations. And out of that, we often seek to dominate or manipulate others into doing what we want. But he said spiritual community is different. Spiritual community comes from a posture of service and love. And when we confuse the two, we can buy into this myth of the perfect church. And maybe that's happened for you. That somehow you think that when you show up at church, like we're supposed to be a people who've got it all together. We've totally figured out relationships, and we haven't. I mean, so often I think the church is like a friend of mine who had a shirt and it said, family. You can't live with them and you can't live without them. And in that it recognized like you live in the tension of the mess. Like that's what we do as Christians, as churchgoers. Like we're all a little bit awkward. We're all under development. Like we don't have this all figured out. And we can approach the church from a posture of feeling like it has to be the ideal. And then in that we are imposing our own ideals on others, and they have to live up to our expectations. And when they don't, we're done with them, or we're just done with the church. Or we can approach the church from a more realistic posture of letting Christ be the one who continues to work things out toward the plans that he has. And, you know, that's one of the things that Bonhoeffer comments to in the book. He says, so often we are good at creating other people in our image. And we try to get them to look like us, act like us, think like us, do things like us. When instead, we need to release them to God, the one who made them in his image, the one who is doing a unique work in them. And to see in that, even when it's a little bit messy, the need that we have for each other. You know, here at St. John's, we talk about how we're to love like family. And that doesn't mean that we've got it all figured out. It means that we're a little bit awkward. I mean, we've got those awkward people in our families, right? When you get together, it's not somebody that you naturally click with, you naturally gravitate toward. But your family, you're committed to each other because you share that common bond, you share that common name. And we all share that common name in Jesus. We've all been baptized in the name of Jesus. And so we're stuck with each other. It's like family. You can't live with them. You can't live without them. But in that, we see the need that we all desperately have for Jesus, to let him be the one who continues to create us in his image. So there's somebody in your life where things are rough right now. I mean, kind of like this book, it's a little ratted and torn. Take that wisdom that Bonhoeffer shares. Rather than desiring to dominate and control and manipulate, serve them, love them, pray for them. Let God continue to be the one who does the work of making them in His image. And when He does that, the church is a much more beautiful place to call home. So thanks for joining me today. I'll see you again next time.